Would you like to start off?
Yeah. So, Kobe Bryant died, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's absolutely horrendous.
Along with his daughter, right?
Along with his daughter.
And 7 other people?
I don't know the names of those people, I'm afraid.
No.
But, absolutely heart-wrenching. It's devastating for LA and California in general, just because it's Kobe Bryant and he carried the Lakers for years.
Yeah.
He is an idol out there. He's
Who
amazing.
doesn't say his name, even in England, when you're throwing someone across the room?
Kobe!
Yeah,
exactly.
He transcends sport, I would say.
Yeah, and you know what? Helicopter, I don't know the ins and outs of it. Helicopter crash, second high-profile one in a couple of years. Leicester.
That was almost a year ago, you know.
Yeah, Leicester owner died in a crash.
Do you remember?
Absolutely horrific. There's not a lot else to say about it. I'm absolutely gutted about it.
It's just sad, isn't it?
Yeah, and it reminds me of Kirsty McCall. She was hit by like a speedboat. It's just one of those really freak occurrences, and it's obviously tragic when it happens to anyone, but when it's someone that's touched people's lives even though they've not met them, no matter the dark parts in their life, they're an iconic person.
And you know what's absolutely heart-wrenching about this is that his daughter was a really promising basketball player.
Yeah, I saw her take a shot. She's tiny little thing, and she can just fling it from across the ball.
Yeah. Rickman died, or Philip Seymour Hoffman. Just sad.
Yeah, just talent. Especially because it's so young. So, yeah. Rest in peace.
What are you listening to?
Yeah. You can.
No, I've never smoked marijuana.
It's like, I see that.
Just scoop it like
That's full. I can't sit on it.
Yes, but you gotta understand the desperate nature of festivals.
That's what I mean.
People will shit up the wall, so they don't care about shitting on shit.
They'll shit next to the toilet.
Yeah, exactly. Even though there's nothing wrong with the toilet, you get in there, the toilet's fine. You're like, this is all right, and then there's a shit there. You're like, why?
You've never been that fucked up on drugs that you just like, oh.
No, man, I've never. I know
I'm in the right room.
If I could plant I can always plant my arse on a seat regardless.
Yeah.
What if you go in and there's like a toilet and like a wicker basket?
Why would I poo in a whisker?
I tell you what though,
Like you're on
when I
acid or
was a kid, I used to
I'm pooing in the
sleepwalk,
toilet.
and apparently I used to piss in the laundry basket quite a bit when I was sleepwalking. Yeah, I don't understand sleepwalking at all.
My brother did that.
My ex-girlfriend's front room little sister, I was about 16,
Yeah.
had a stack of magazines that
Oh,
she
yeah.
used to do paper on.
Yeah,
Just
oh,
like
that's it.
sorting half and half. And it looked a bit like a toilet. In fact, I got up in the middle of the night and just pissed all over it.
Nice.
Nice.
My brother came
Is he
in my
delivering
room.
the day after as well?
My brother came in the room. I was in bed. He came in my room. He got my PS1 steering controller, out the bottom of the box. This thing was not easy to get to. Yeah. He got up. I was like, Max, what you doing, bro? No response. I was in a bit of shock. I was like, what the fuck is going on here? And then he places it in the middle of the floor and just pulls down his pants. I was like, he ain't doing this. He ain't doing this. Not in the room. And he's just pissing on it. And I was like,
David looked like a toilet.
I was just
What is
like,
it about
Nobody else is
pissing? Why is it
trying.
always pissing?
I was like, Mum, what's wrong with this fool? Don't scare him, he's sleepwalking. Right. So he can do what he wants then. How do I know he's sleepwalking? He's taking the piss. I know he is.
Taking the piss.
Taking the
driving
piss.
you crazy.
Ain't it?
I want to play Gran Turismo in the morning. I can't now.
I saw you wear my shirt out the other day. Yo, sleepwalking. Right.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Did he do it in your room as well? Yeah.
He came into my room, bro. Came into my room. And I'm telling you, he dug this fucking thing out. He was looking for it. He must have sort of go, I want one of them. I ain't got one. I'm
I bet
jealous.
he had
So-
his eyes were half open. He knew it.
I swear.
You can't wake me up.
I was a little bit asleep, but I swear he looked around and winked at me. I could have sworn I saw that.
Is it true that you can kill someone if you wake up sleepwalking?
Well, I think there's
I've been
a
hearing
small
that
chance
since
of a
I was
heart
10
attack.
years
But I think
old.
that's pretty the same thing
I
as if
don't
you
know,
go to the TV, your eyes go square.
Because
and
if
shit.
someone started pissing on something in my room and they were sleepwalking, I'd slap the shit out of them. I think people actually murder other people in their sleep.
Yeah. There's one guy that fell off a balcony,
Yeah,
right?
I
And
heard
because he was so relaxed, he was asleep. Fucking fine.
What?
But if you fall off and you know it's coming, you clench. Fucks you up. Because he was asleep, he was just
No, I thought you genuinely heard of a case where someone's murdered someone.
No, yeah, that is true. I've heard a few of them.
Oh,
I watched
really?
some. I watched some TV program about it. It happens in America. Yeah, Google it now. See it. Put sleepwalking murder. You'll find loads.
Alright, yeah.
So if they wake you up, it can be dangerous.
Right.
This is a theory that it can cause high levels of stress and potentially heart attacks. But according to this Scientific American article, there has never been any conclusive evidence, and since all scientific papers in America are basically funded by people who want to sell products, unless someone wants to sell a product, I don't think they're really involved.
Best thing to do is just guide them back into bed, and then you smack them on the back of the head, but just not hard enough to wake them up. Just a night, but make sure you get a good sound so it's satisfying, and then it satisfies you. I made him clean that piss up.
I'm just gonna, with that being the lesson.
Was there a six? Fire rape.
One that was in the UK, Sergeant Willis Bowshears,
Yeah.
US serviceman. He essentially killed his wife on New Year's Day 1961 and was acquitted because he said he was sleepwalking. And he got tried again because it transpired that he tried to dispose of the body the day before.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
And you managed to sell that lie.
Slightly just rumbled.
I know for a fact he pissed on that thing on purpose. Now that is just fucking
He would have been tried again, not for murder though. Because you can't be tried for the same crime twice because of double
jeopardy.
Which is just, I love it.
It's so American, though, isn't it? It's so American.
It sounds like a game show.
It mostly works for like
It's the multi-crime round.
The Rowdy Jeopardy, where they get double points.
Right.
It's double regular Jeopardy.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah. Basically, what it is you're half asleep and you're half awake. So your brain produces delta waves and theta waves, which really demonstrates that, in case science people were listening, which really demonstrates that the person is in a twilight state. Sleepwalking commonly occurs during the third or fourth stage of non-REM sleep, the deepest stage of sleep, characterized by slow wave or delta sleep to little to no dreaming. So you're not like crazy in the middle of a dream and you're acting something out. You're kind of like not really there at all.
REM sleep. Everybody hurts
sometimes.
Relaxing music.
I liked REM.
I like those two songs.
We do.
Didn't they do shiny, happy, smiley shit? Or whatever it was?
Yes, they did.
That's a tune.
They did. That's a good tune.
Welcome back to another episode of Nothing Specific. Not as high energy as we usually are. Maybe as we were last week because we were all up last night watching the Royal Rumble. We are 4 people today. We have a full cast. I'm back as your host, Jacob. Steezy, how you doing, babe?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you.
You were last to bed last night.
Yeah, Royal Rumble. Yeah, big WWE fan now.
I can't believe it. There were genuine points last night where you turned to me and you said, I'm really enjoying this.
It was good.
And I felt the truth in your voice.
We'll get into it a little bit later.
Yeah.
Because I think we want to cover it, but I had a good time.
How are you feeling today?
Like shit.
Yeah.
Is that you banging?
Hey?
Is that you banging?
What?
Someone keeps banging.
Oh, maybe it's next door.
Shut up.
Sometimes I don't know whether I'm banging.
I know, but I just kept.
I don't know, it might have been me, might not have been me. I'm not sure.
Alright.
After seeing Jack's toes, though, I feel like I get rashes everywhere, you know what I mean? I just feel
Is
my
it
skin
contagious?
twitching.
No.
Cool, good.
Alright.
He's got
He's got
coronavirus.
He's got coronavirus.
He's got Chinese flu. Knew it.
How are you doing, Owen?
I'm
You were
alright,
there
mate.
as well?
Good,
You
good.
enjoy the wrestling?
Yeah, it was good. It was good.
All pressive eats. How you doing, mate?
I'm alright.
All pressive eats. Nickel toe. Shit.
Take your nipple back.
Got your toe bolt cut off.
Yeah, mate. Tell you what. Put it next to my phone. I need to charge it.
What
Hang
the
on.
most about that is Margaret was killing me. I was like, Tom, give me some of your steroid cream. I know you've got it, Ed. From being a vegan, so you're going to learn.
Yeah. You'll know why I eat 18 rations a day.
Pork means talk.
So whilst on the subject, you tried to do vegan January, didn't
Yeah,
you? Right,
January.
how long did you last?
Till the 20th, I think.
Okay. How long did Mel last?
She ate tuna like a week in, and I came home and was like, what are you eating? She said, oh, just tuna sandwich. I was like, oh, that's fucked then. She went, why? I went, tuna's a fish. I said, oh my god, no! What did you think it was? Literally, I cooked all of them.
She's definitely going to eat them guinea pigs.
She's just like, this is just extra tuna.
They're the pets.
Have you still got her a biscuit allowance?
Yeah.
Biscuit allowance.
Biscuit
He's a dictator, isn't he?
Yeah. He
Gives
dictates
that
how
ration.
much she can spend on biscuits a week.
How bad is the biscuit?
She's got a problem. She's probably got a problem with biscuits.
No,
She's addicted to bourbon.
It's a snack allowance, basically.
Right.
Because,
But she spends it on biscuits.
yeah, but just give her like...
I'm down for that. That's what I spend the most on.
Biscuits and whatnot.
Yeah.
Skips.
Skips are pretty
Melt in your mouth.
Melts.
Yeah, they do melt in your mouth.
Yep.
Melts
Not
is
melts.
the
Off-brand audio version.
Yeah.
Yeah, the best ones.
with a better
Melt.
name.
Yeah.
Fat coffee milk.
They're good though, melts. They're not bad.
They are good melts. Yeah, I like them.
They're good melts. The standard of melts and non-melts.
There's a bad melt and there's a good melt.
It's how you're very right.
Yeah.
There's
All out of bad melt.
they do an Aldi knockoffs that are better than the original. Titan bars for one.
What are they knockoffs?
Probably, what?
Mars bar.
Okay.
Oh, I don't like
I'll
Mars
tell you
bars.
what's
Fuck
Yeah,
Mars
close,
they're great.
but it's definitely not better. 1669 rather than 1664.
Right.
The
Catch
beer.
the 69.
Yeah, it's just Kronenberg, but
Right.
with a different
Oh
date.
yeah. Some of the.
Oh yeah, that's not
The
bad.
gin and
actually.
stuff's all
It
good,
tastes
isn't it?
good.
The gin's
Yeah,
nice.
the gin's
Gin's
legit.
nice.
Yeah, I haven't had Kronenberg recently, but don't drink one after the other.
The best thing about the
It's-
gins
it's a
there
bad
is
time.
that
What, Kronenberg?
Don't drink a Kronenberg and then a
Oh,
1669.
right, got you, yeah. You'll know. You
Yeah,
can tell the difference
It
after
feels
that.
like a Carling after that.
Yeah.
It's a bad time.
A Carlin, yeah. There's no. Oh,
I did once stumble on a Reddit thread of people who've worked in like factories that pack these basic products and which ones are literally the exact same thing when you package them in.
Well, I used to work in
different things.
pizza factory where we used to package pizzas for M&S, Iceland, Asda, and all the other Repsol supermarkets, all under one roof.
So what's
it's
the
all the
inside
same
glass?
shit.
What's
It's
best
all the
basic stuff? What's like
it's all the same. All right. Okay,
same
the
cheese, same meat, same dough.
It's all the it's the same meat, same everything. However, in the Marks and Spencer stuff, the more classy things, they use extra mozzarella. So you get the
Okay.
mozzarella balls. So that's the only difference.
I feel like those
And you get one
£5
per-
ones are like
Yeah,
they're
they're
just a different
fucking
thing.
living.
Like,
No, they're not.
well, it's basically when you get the
They're
cheaper
not.
ones,
different looking dough though.
they just
Different
like.
looking dough. No, that's actually the shit dough. It's genuinely like the ones that they can't make circular. They just chuck it on the gourmet
badly
ones.
shaped.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah,
very
yeah,
good.
yeah.
One of the ones you can't fake is butter. Like all butter is basically the same until you get up to certain like Kerry butter and like Dorset butter
Yeah.
and things like that, and they are very, very distinctly different, but they're all also basically the same.
The Totally one, the butter with olive oil.
Yeah, that's olive oil. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fucking. off
That-
the chain.
yeah,
That
that's
is
a
legit
whole
and
different
better.
thing.
Yeah, that's worth your £2.
I like that stuff.
I feel like
Yeah,
washing
it's
up
good,
liquid. Exactly the
Yeah,
same.
fuck, Jesus.
Basic to
It's like
fairy liquid.
paracetamol as well. You can spend like 14 quid on a fucking
It's just more.
Nurofen or 12p.
They got the same ingredients in,
Yeah,
regardless.
literally, you look at the back, it's like, well, that's the same.
Yeah.
Oh,
You're-
but
hey,
that's the
Nurofen got different shit.
They
in.
have
Well, no, they've got-
That's got
ca-
neuroephedrine in. That's
No,
the shit
they-
you want for meth.
Oh,
They've got
yeah.
they've got caffeine in it as well though. So if you just
What?
get some Pro Plus and some regular ibuprofen, then it's the same shit.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
Yeah.
Nurofen was taken out. Ephedra was only in Broncaid and Chesty.
I saw it. I saw it on the thing.
If that's still there,
What do you know about
there.
Muao
It's only
Hang?
in very small doses. Isn't it?
Muao Hang or whatever it's called, the stuff that used to be in the old T6 fat burning pills. Muao Hang. Apparently, it was like some sort of
You're nailing that pronunciation.
Yeah.
Loving this.
it was some sort
It's
of
probably completely wrong.
Chinese it was some sort of
Yeah,
Chinese
that's
herb extract that encouraged.
Your himbine.
Some bullshit.
The herb extract that's fucked. It
Yeah,
had
yeah.
like a 0.1% additional burn on fat burn, but it created like serious anxiety issues.
Oh mate, my
Like-
chest used to be pounding when I was taking that shit. It was
So
crazy.
all the studies they did, like they went.
Why is
does
it always the
burn.
Chinese men? They're trying to make the 28 days later zombies. I know it.
It does burn a little bit more fat. Will give you like weird nightmares and night.
It gives you
terrors and
massive
stuff.
shits as
Yeah,
well.
Huge side effects, but it was just not worth it.
Yeah.
But you can't buy it in England. You can buy.
No,
it
you
in
used to be able to
America.
buy it in England when T6s used to do a
Yeah,
minute.
but it's not anymore.
Not anymore.
Not
They'll
anymore.
learn.
Been
Good.
banned.
Yeah, the best stuff you can get.
Can you still get it in China?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went
Mass
Thai-
produced. Mass produced.
Yeah.
Went Thailand, you get fucking testosterone like
Just off.
testosterone.
You can buy
That was a
Ritalin
thing.
over the
Yeah.
counter for a laugh over there,
Trenbolone
can't you?
you can get out there,
Yeah.
which is fucking mental.
Tramadol over
This is
the
what I'm
counter.
saying. I want to go back to Thailand.
Ritalin would be a laugh.
Yeah.
man.
And
Yeah,
Valium.
it
The
is.
thing is, all the steds there are free, yet everyone's tiny. I saw one.
Maybe they don't take them.
One.
They just sell them to pricks.
But I don't really know how steroids
Hello.
work. But wouldn't it just sort of like only really get to a certain point anyway? Just because if you're a smaller person, you're not just going to become Hulk Hogan overnight.
Yeah, but you could gain some size.
You couldn't get any height.
No, but you win.
They'd just be these wide motherfuckers.
Yeah, exactly.
Warrior.
Don't
from
seem-
It doesn't make
Super
sense for
Mario.
Thai people to be wide.
You got to be
does it?
small and agile, haven't
No,
they?
yeah.
Because if they go wide, they're just going to be small and wide.
They're
Yeah,
not,
but
they're not
some.
fighting each other because they're in gangs, aren't
I
they?
bet some
That's
Muay
what
Thai
I'm
guy
saying.
would end him though.
I don't know.
Yeah.
If he's
Because he
also
could barely
a Muay Thai
move
guy.
if he was like a fat unit.
Exactly, yeah. Well, you would rather be flexible and be able to like strike someone quite
We'll
easily.
get two people of the same height who are both MMA fighters. One can weigh as much as he wants, and one has to be lightweight, and we'll see who
Okay.
wins.
Alright,
Alright, arrange it.
It will be the biggest person.
we'll sort it
Fantastic.
out. Well, no, it would be the person who's best at fighting.
Well,
Even-
assuming they're both
there
the
would
same
be-
at fighting.
If it was the same person, like twins maybe, then we could test that out. So we need to
Well,
find
that
some
would only
twins.
be-
We need to
that would
find some
only be
twins.
an example.
I
You
know.
need-
I know
you
some
need to
twins.
find
Of
many
course you do.
twins.
I know twins.
course you do.
Yeah, yeah.
You need
I
to-
know
I
twins.
I could get some.
I feel like
twins.
that's how we got.
I know
you.
fighting
Steering
twins.
us towards that.
I actually do know fighting twins.
You know his fighting
Fighting
twins.
twins.
That lad-
Fighting
Twin-
twins.
Was that the whole point of this conversation?
That lad from work who can't eat eggs. He's
a liar.
He's a fighting twin, isn't he?
He's one of two twins.
Well, I know how to
box.
knock him out. Throw a fucking hardball at him.
He's not going to have as much protein as you, Jet. No way.
He can't eat an omelette.
He can't eat anything. On Christmas Eve, I bet him he couldn't eat 2 hard-boiled eggs for 20 quid, and he wouldn't do it.
Oh, great stuff.
He wouldn't do it.
No, I won't.
No, he agreed to it and everything. I was like, right, listen, I'll bring the hard-boiled eggs in. He was like, I don't want to ruin my Christmas, so I'm not going to eat them. I was like, what's wrong with you? Like, it's 20 quid to eat 2 hard-boiled eggs.
What is wrong with him?
I think. What is wrong with you and your seductive ways? Yeah. I mean, you'd pay £20 to watch him suffer. That's what.
He's not even watching.
That's what the deal is. It's not giving him 20 quid. It's I would spend £20 to watch you suffer. I hear you, mate. Film it, bro. Film it. I'll go in with you, £10 each.
He'll just know that he's suffering.
Yeah, that's it. That's all to get him for.
Leaving eggs in his locker.
20 quid to ruin someone's Christmas. Sad.
Worth it.
Worth every
penny. What did you get anyone for Christmas? Nah, but I spent 20 quid on myself. It was the best 20 quid ever.
Torturing.
Waterboarding
He's
next
actually
year.
absolutely convinced he can't eat eggs, like scrambled eggs, like over easy, fried eggs.
Eggs are cooked.
They're great. Eggs are the best.
You seen those eggs
I
in
like
Japan that you can eat raw because they're that pure kind of thing?
Are they different kind of
You can eat all eggs raw.
No. But I'm talking like you can pick them. You can
Fresh
pick them
out
up by the yolk. Yeah, you can pick them up by the yolk
chicken,
with the fucking chopsticks, all right, and eat them raw, and they won't break or nothing.
Oh,
Right,
what? The
just-
shell and all?
No. You have to crack them out the shell.
Are you cracking them with chopsticks?
You can eat
I
all
fucking know. I buy. These eggs cost £100 a pop. I ain't buying them.
Man, I've heard the
chopsticks is
expensive eggs are
risky
the ones
for
that
£100
are, like,
pop.
partially fertilised and then they let them grow for a bit. Do Japanese people really eat raw eggs?
Let's find
No.
out. We're investigating here on nothing specific.
It says yes, and we love it.
It doesn't. Why? Oh, it actually does say that.
Yeah.
Yes, we eat raw eggs on a regular basis, and we love it. Do we need any more than that?
No.
That's pretty good. Fine.
Brilliant.
Done. That's from JP Local Life, which I figure is probably
Japan local
Japan.
life.
There you go.
Yeah.
He's the voice of Japan, everyone knows that.
Exactly. It's where we all go. It's where we all go. Okay, so we thought the last episode we covered probably the big main topics of the day, and then since Steve did such a good job picking what we were going to talk about, they actually became bigger news stories since then. I feel like a beast which kind of moved.
No, that was being nice. I know it's strange.
It's the same tone of voice.
I couldn't tell if it's being passive.
I've lived with him. You get used to it.
Yeah, that's all right. I mean, I would appreciate
pissy.
either one. Either one would have floated with me. It's fine, but it's just something wondering where it's going.
Whilst we're on the topics of things that got bigger, coronavirus that's got much bigger.
All bigger.
I think the death toll's up to about 54 now. Yeah, it's heating up nicely.
Are there any deaths in other countries yet?
Maybe.
Have you seen that massive hospital they're building? They're going to
They're
build a
building-
1,000-bed hospital in 4 days.
They're building 2 hospitals, aren't they?
Lutters. They
And
don't
they
care.
built-
There's people to do
You
it,
know
so
what?
they're
This is the
pretty
thing
good.
that I like about the Chinese. They will drop all this bureaucracy bullshit and get it done. In this country, it'd be like, no, the council are not
can't
paying for
put
that.
400
Like, there would
beds
just be
up. Yeah.
departments throwing shit back and forth for 6 months.
They
But
plan
in
to do it
China-
in 10 days, and they're on schedule to do it.
Yeah, remember that fuck off sinkhole?
That was in
When they-
Japan. That was in Japan.
Yeah, but they're still the same
that was,
worth
That was
ethic.
fixed in 12 hours.
Unbelievable.
Total dictatorships do tend to be kind of unifying in
You
their
don't have a
government
choice.
procedure.
You don't have a choice.
Exactly. So I was on
the
the
email chain.
What's
That
that?
if there was a sinkhole in England, there'd be one person going, "Can you sort us out?" And then forward. Imagine looking at the chain.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Someone, you can do it.
There'd be someone there like it'd be like a 6-week survey. Be like, oh, don't know if it's safe.
safe.
It wasn't
Out of offices. Can you look into this? Oh, I'd
CDM.
like to see it.
Wasn't there a guy who was like
Boots
spray
of the
painted
ground.
dicks next to potholes, and that was a far more effective
Oh,
way of
yeah.
getting them filled in than
It's
actually
a.
writing
I
the
think that
council
should
amendment.
definitely be a thing that we start. Yeah,
Yeah.
and that the big slitty ones you can make vaginas. I've seen them all.
It's called Wanksy, I think.
Wanksy, yeah, I remember
Wanksy.
He did the com and everything. He was very, very artistic. The image I sent you earlier from the Reddit Data is Beautiful, which is a really
Yeah,
good
I'm
Reddit
on
page.
follow that, yeah,
Just
it's good.
everything in graph form. So they've got the coronavirus charted against multiple different diseases. Some of them were considered in our list of pandemics because some of them are just diseases that have existed over much longer, sustained periods of time. Things like HIV and, and smallpox and that kind of thing. So there's like when I first looked at it, I didn't really get this, but there's the bottom part is like the first 1%. and then the rest of it goes up from like 10%.
So
Yeah.
the higher up it is, more deadly it is. The further right across, more contagious it is.
Yeah, so yeah.
And the minute it's very close to SARS, which is quite convenient considering there is a SARS research facility 20 miles away from where the outbreak began.
Oh yeah, you're supposed to research
There's
this.
a bit of a conspiracy theory knocking around at the minute. This isn't a new virus. It's
Remember
just
yesterday?
SARS.
I don't do conspiracy theories.
Listen, mate, I don't. I grew out of that.
You haven't.
Yeah,
You're in prime now.
No,
I can feel you. I've trapped you in.
It's all
You're following me down the path. And the more you know, the more you come in. We'll be on. Alex Jones will be on here soon, bro.
Oh, I hope so.
And Eddie Bravo.
I've got a lot of questions for him.
Dengue fever's fucking well infectious.
Just to give it like bird flu.
I think that's just because it's mosquitoes. That's why. Because mosquitoes are everywhere. The little
I'm
cunts.
looking now. I've got a graph I can sort of contextualise.
Oh, actually,
Yeah,
dengue different to dengue fever. Maybe I'm thinking. Yeah, maybe
Rabies is like the most
HIV.
deadly one, though, isn't it?
What is?
HIV
Rabies.
got ya.
No, rabies.
Oh, fucking hell, rabies.
Yeah, mate, rabies will fuck you up.
You got to take into account how deadly it is.
Yeah, but it's also the deadliest at 100%,
Well,
and it's contagious levels at
bird
11.
flu is
Only
the-
dengue fever is more contagious.
Contagious level 11.
Yeah, so dengue fever.
Polio. Isn't that
Polio.
Oh, I thought this was like a two.
Polo's chicken.
Yeah, yeah, it's like the polio man.
Dengue fever is the reason it's so contagious is because literally it's carried by mosquitoes. It's not. It's not a transmission from person to person. It's just because there's so many little wankers around.
Yeah.
That
There's
they
some low level.
cunts. Malaria must be on
Malaria
there.
as well.
Yeah,
I don't think it kills many people though. Comparatively.
depends which
Let's have a little look.
strain you get, doesn't it?
Shingles is low down. It's like entry level.
It's interesting graph though, isn't it?
Incidence see measles and
Yeah.
mumps on there as well.
No, honestly, if you put that in
vaccinated
context,
against.
that coronavirus couldn't give a fuck, mate.
No, it's fairly minimal, honestly.
I
I
remember
remember Zika.
Bear in mind, the
In terms of what it is.
that's 1%.
Yeah.
They break down the first 1% in a huge bar.
Fuck
So
that.
it's
I
just
wouldn't
over
even call in
1%.
sick
Yeah,
about
but the
that.
thing is with that, Jack, if you got that, you'd likely just be in bed for a couple of days. And then a lot of the 2,000 people that are infected, that's exactly what's happened to them. But the issue is people that have got predisposed conditions are going to be vulnerable, and then some people I think will get it worse than others as well. But I
Yeah,
think
I can
generally
box
speaking,
that off.
I think touch wood, you'll fight it off. But
You said like I've got it.
touch wood, well, mate, I've seen your feet, bro.
Mate, I've got
That's fucking crow virus, bro. Like crow's
Swine
feet.
flu.
Oh, you take a picture of his feet so we can put that on YouTube.
Well, you know what's on the subject of coronavirus as well? You know, the doomsday clock got set to...
Oh, that's a load of shit, that is. I can't be
yeah.
our fuck off.
That got
Every
pushed.
time, like, Russia says something like, we hate America, they're like, doomsday's at the maximum. That's it. It's a load of
America
Get it off.
is such a
Look at that. Deaths climb above 80.
80. Okay.
80-year-old.
81
Yeah, but
in China.
it seems to be matching...
3,000 people, 81.
See.
It seems to be running in line with
Seems
SARS.
to be
doesn't it?
no, it's nowhere near 10%.
Imagine how many
not
people
yet.
will get killed.
It's running on that same curve though of like how many people are infected. It's like gone 56 to 2,000 and then 80 to 3,000. Still saying that relatively similar curve.
I reckon the same
Like
amount
we
of people
spoke
have died
about-
from fart inhalation or vending machines.
How long was SARS going on for? Bird flu?
A couple of years, I think.
Like we
seasons
spoke about
and
last
it was
time,
cancelled.
these pandemics rely on lower grade influenza outbreaks to spread them.
Yes, exactly. So
We
they
are
do
in
eventually.
very early days.
Yeah.
You're saying, oh, this is where SARS got to overall, so where polio got to overall. They were then gotten rid of.
Yeah.
We still have the
I like
coronavirus.
to
Yeah.
think
You
of
see what I
the
mean?
diseases.
Oh, unless
like,
these to be believed then.
But
coronavirus is just
these,
SARS.
some of
It is
those.
SARS, yeah.
I still can't find that.
It is
To
SARS.
be honest,
Yeah,
I
I'm
think
good
if it
now,
was
so
SARS,
using my
if it
book
was
pretty quick.
SARS, maybe they created another version of it. But if it was the original SARS, you'd think there'd be more deaths
I like to
compared
think
to what happened last time.
Daily
That's all I'm
Mail,
saying.
right?
But
the disease is a bit like
Yeah.
I found it now.
series.
Yeah.
So SARS had a good single series, got a lot of outreach, but didn't really last.
good sitcom.
Yeah, like the cold. That's been going for time.
Yeah, but that develops though. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's an agile
exactly, that
bastard, the
keeps
old
going.
cold.
It's
But I
like
think SARS was
summer
weird because
wine.
it just did disappear, didn't it? Just fucked
Yeah.
off. But I think, like Jacob said, it relies on, it has to contribute on the fact that there's an influenza outbreak as well, which
Yeah.
makes it not actually that deadly because the fact that it needs to be
Piggyback.
like that to be contagious
Yeah.
means it's vulnerable to just dissipating.
SARS
Precisely.
brought about
So-
the masks.
That's the way I'm understanding. I could be.
No, I think you're right because it does. I mean, that's what happened last time, and then yeah, it's just. I think as the seasons potentially change as well, that will probably impact it.
Yeah, I think so. I mean,
It's fucking
China-
warm in
China's
Thailand
the
and shit, though,
northern
isn't it?
part of the
So we'll see if it spreads there. I don't know.
That's much further south than Wuhan, though, isn't it?
Yeah, Thailand's warm, is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
so we'll
yeah.
see. Obviously, if it's got there already, they've got confirmed cases. It's a warm climate there. Be interesting to see if it
And they're all
spreads
boats,
as bad. If
yeah.
it in cold, I don't know.
think
I don't know if the temperature makes a difference. Honestly, I don't know. But
It says heat and
Yes.
Sterile
Oh,
environments.
yeah. So I've seen this a couple of places, and Tom, I mentioned it earlier, so he's obviously read it as well. One of the best ways to combat the virus seems to be alcohol and higher temperatures. So I suggest we all just go to Ibiza.
Is this actually a fact?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've seen it on a couple of little threads. Yeah, mate.
Yeah, I'm
So
getting
crank
a
up this heating while you're up.
Yeah, I will.
Crank up the heating.
Don't do that actually, because I'm poor.
Yeah. I'm not in cold, bro.
I can't believe I'm actually reading a Daily Mail article, but you know.
This is quite interesting because I hadn't seen this at all. Seems to be the only news publication putting this thing out as well. Apparently they've got like some.
Scaremongering.
I mean, I've finished the article and I've still.
That's
not
why I
found
said
a bit
Daily
about
Mail,
the
like,
hospital
scare.
from SARS.
Okay, right.
So
So
right now I'm a little confused.
right, I'll read you exactly what I've read.
Cool.
Okay. Yep. So they got the Wuhan National Biosafety Laboratory,
Yeah.
housed in Wuhan Institute of Virology, and that is 20 miles away from the seafood market where this is outbroke,
Okay.
and they test Ebola and SARS there.
Do you reckon
Right.
that's where the Wu assassins are from? They
What
need
a
their back
show!
out to chop up their fucking coronavirus. Woo, assassin.
I am the wood woo.
I am the SARS wall.
Yeah.
I am the chef.
I am the chef. I watched the
Man, why is this article? I'm like on the 400th paragraph. I'm this far.
Are you afraid?
Oh,
on the
ads.
fucking screen.
Ads.
Oh, it's amazing.
Fucking mail,
Are
man.
you afraid though?
Still not at the hospital. Nothing to do with what you're talking about.
No.
It's
Oh, God.
1,000 bed hospital.
No.
No, I wanna
What
get
about the
to this- the
research
research
facility
hospital. Oh, right.
that's really like close to the outbreak area?
You got to explain it to me in terms of like a film. So this is like ground zero.
So maybe,
Yeah, it's the Umbrella Corporation.
That's just
so maybe the Chinese have let SARS get out of control again, and it's escaped the lab.
Oh, it's a sequel.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This is the biggest
Return
thing.
to SARS.
Someone smuggled it out. I reckon
Yeah.
like someone was banging his wife, and he's
Oh.
like, fuck you, mate. You're gonna get SARS.
Is
You
it
got
going to be
there.
like Terminator 2 where it's a good sequel, or are we looking at one of the Jurassic World?
No, more like Predator.
Oh.
The Predator sequel where it's in
Fucking
New
hell.
York. Yeah.
SARS, the return.
Sarzia.
You thought it was over.
I can't believe
Put
there's
that
still
corona
not.
down.
Lock your children away. SARS versus Donald Trump.
That's what SARS was.
Is this really still the same article?
Oh my
Honestly,
God,
no,
Jacob.
Just let it go, Jacob. Let it go.
Mate, to be honest with you, I
middle.
think it knows how left wing you are, and it just won't let you go on its site. It's like, we don't want you on here, you
Look how
hippie
long
fuck.
it is. It goes on forever. Never
We're going to
mind.
do a SARS.
Fuck you, the Daily Mail.
Fuck you, the Daily Mail.
I saw that there's some place around in China that has a green version of the umbrella logo from Resident Evil as their
Really?
logo. So that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
It is Resident Evil's
I would-
going up.
I heard that the
If
They're not very
Chinese.
fast either, are they?
But yeah,
I heard the
Resident
Chinese
Evil.
as well. The
So-
Chinese were actually taking down the numbers. They were putting people that were dying from pneumonia,
that looks a
but
bit
they're
Umbrella
actually.
Corp as well, that grinder. Look
What?
at the top of it. Oh no, you're right. Yeah.
You're right. You're
You'll
safe.
let you
mate.
off.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, so basically they've been hiding the fact that they've been dying from the coronavirus and saying it's been dying of pneumonia. And they've just been chucking the bodies in the fucking cemetery before anyone could
probably
like
they feel
do a
like that
post-mortem.
sitcom.
They're just like, yeah, no, this was pneumonia.
Well, I did read in that incredibly long Daily Mail article that they know that there's viruses like this. Chinese health authorities do.
Oh, right,
lurking
okay.
in animals.
Right, okay.
And they know. Yeah, but we.
But they turned a blind eye to illegal animal sales.
There you go.
Well, that
So-
and they should just be given like educational classes on what not to eat, like
Yeah,
bats
that's true.
Yeah,
and
it's-
rats.
Nothing
Bats,
specific
yeah.
podcast
Who
I
the
recommend.
fuck
There's
is
got some
eating
great
it?
stuff on there.
Have you ever seen them?
Yeah.
Have I ever seen a bat?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're fucking ugly. I've never
I
seen
think they're
a
quite
bat
cute,
before.
some of
I
them.
think they're
I
quite
think they're
cute.
adorable,
Have you ever
but
seen
there's not much
them
meat
before?
on them.
I don't want to eat
Yam
them.
that bastard.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
mean, I can't be wanting to munch on his wings and that. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
maybe
saying?
wings actually. They are quite aesthetic.
I know a lot of
for
people
eating.
use their
They're
shit,
mostly
don't
like
they? A lot of people
stingly,
use
yeah.
their like
Bat
shit
shit.
for like fertilizer.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Really
fruit
good.
bats,
Sounds-
isn't it?
that
Fruit
sounds-
bats.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like, is it called?
Fruit bats, isn't it?
Guava or
they
some
eat
shit?
fruit and then they shit it out.
Yeah,
Ace
guava.
Ventura.
Guava.
When
Yeah,
nature
it's
calls.
guava.
Yeah. Ace
Oh,
Ventura, when
that's
nature calls.
where we
Yeah,
know
yeah,
it
yeah.
from.
That's what I know it from.
With the white bat.
Yeah, the white bat.
That's a great fucking movie.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Is it? I think it's better than the first one.
Yeah,
Oh,
definitely.
yeah,
Yeah.
I still
They
remember
nailed
the
that.
twist of her being a man as in the first
Oh,
one.
we turned that on.
That has not aged well now.
No,
no.
I could imagine that being so offensive.
I think there's.
Just Sam Smith watching going, they are so angry.
It's all right overall. Oh, I actually watched it not that long ago and had the same thoughts. It's all right overall. The only really bad thing is there's like a 5-minute clip of Jim Carrey like horrifically cleaning every
Yeah,
part of his body.
then he
Just
washes
the
now.
thought of just kissing a man.
Yeah.
And
Clearly a
that's
woman.
aged very
They just,
badly.
Yeah.
then they just show the bulge of the dick.
Yeah,
It's
but
clearly
like
a
through
woman.
white
And they're
underwear,
like,
you see it
actually,
very
it's a man.
clearly.
And do they all like throw up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone throws up. Dan
So
Marino,
it's just like the
legendary-
idea of it is that
Yeah.
repulsive, isn't it? Yeah, there's just no way.
legend of football, Dan Marino throws up. because
Is
of
it
that as well.
dolphins, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
It is true that all football players are straight because there's no gay ones.
That is true.
Well, Michael Sam never
Sad.
made it to the NFL, so
Yeah.
still no gay
Because
ones.
he was too gay.
Yeah,
And then
exactly.
If you look at, you look at
couldn't
the
play
amount of
football being
players
gay.
that play, statistically,
And the
there's
amount-
definitely some gay ones.
How
So
many,
what about wrestling? Quite a few gay wrestlers now.
Really?
There are quite a
come
few
out.
gay wrestlers.
Yeah.
It would really help.
They're not good at writing storylines about it.
You know,
That's
really
a bridge
feel
too far.
job.
Vince to come out and be an advocate like Vince McMahon. For the man. Vince McLovin
Never
man.
gonna happen.
What
ever.
rhymes with book suck.
Writing storylines where his subordinates would have to kiss his naked bum
Yeah.
on television multiple
That's-
times,
I
always
can
men.
imagine that.
Welcome
Not
to
always
Helena
child.
Bell.
Very rich people, the president, for example, haven't really had the need to grow up. You
No.
could say this of Prince Harry, quite possibly as well. Maybe it was more in his earlier years.
Well, he's just never had to do anything for himself.
Exactly, Paris Hilton, those kind of people. So maybe they do have this more infant-like.
Yeah, like
kind of-
Michael Jackson.
Yes,
that's a great example.
And
Yeah,
also,
yeah,
just
yeah.
like they don't understand the value of a lot of things, you know,
don't.
because they've never been introduced to what it's like to actually.
When you
They've
said
never
recently
had
that
any-
Epstein
you know.
was quite childlike, that's the story, and maybe
Well,
he
he
wasn't
fucking
really.
he's attracted to kids, wasn't he? So it makes
But
sense.
like, he was being
Just like Michael. Just like Michael.
Just like Michael,
and
yeah.
Andrew.
Yeah, and Andrew. Yeah.
Oh,
So
Kelly.
what was saying?
R. Kelly.
Rich
Do you remember R. Kelly? R. Kelly.
Kelly.
Love a bit of R. Kelly. Remember him from up the street, R. Kelly. Oh, he's in jail now, R.
No,
Kelly.
I was in trouble, lad.
Yeah. I thought he was sound lad, R. Kelly.
It's not about spending
Doing
money
that
on
singing
a
and
lot of girls.
Doing that singing, Ignition to Kitchen in that.
Oh, that got me. Ignition to
Early
kitchen.
Heard he was spending money on a load of girls. Splashing pee all over them.
Yorkshire P. Did you see Charles snub vice president at that meeting where all those leaders went? And
Yeah.
Charles,
Well, Prince Charles went.
Prince Charles went. Who's the
Really?
vice president? Mike Pence.
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 Yeah, he basically shook Putin's hand. I was like, yeah, damn right.
Yeah.
Shake Putin's hand, otherwise he'll have you fucking chinned off. Don't care who you are. And royal or not, Putin will get you.
Yeah, he would.
Novichok your fucking old ass. Yeah, and then he shook his hand because he's scared not to. You're not going to not do it, are you? And it's an honour to shake Putin's hand.
Those two lads who could
Moving-
those two lads who fucking memorised like the height of like the Salisbury Cathedral and all that.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
man, that
they're
was amazing.
fucking legends, aren't they? I love them.
Yeah.
It's like we're just interested in seeing in seeing the cathedral.
We are
It's got like the
interested
third
in the
highest spire in Europe.
Yeah, yeah.
Like what?
We come to Salisbury for tower. We are very interested in height of tower.
Those are good lads. aren't they?
Any final thoughts on China coronavirus?
China.
Should we China?
China.
Shout for Amstel virus. Sort of.
Amstel.
Amstel, oh, get
Amstel
out.
virus,
Get out.
Desperado virus,
Very.
Heineken virus.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to all these viruses.
I feel like the
because
most deadly will be Guinness virus.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
ooh,
most
yeah.
fattening.
Yeah.
You
I
wake
mean,
up 3 weeks later, 4 stone.
if the way to stay immune is by just drinking and keeping the temperature warm, I'll be fine.
Yeah,
So it's
exactly.
not going to bother me whatsoever. We'll keep an eye on it, but I'm going to be fine.
It would be quite funny if everyone in England had to smash 10 cans a day.
Yeah,
Because I could
mandated.
I could function.
Red stripitis.
Red
Yeah.
stripitis,
It's very rare.
Magnumitis.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
Oh,
fucking.
that's a bit
Can I have a
savage,
little
that.
gander at that?
Yeah, it's 16.5%
Bro,
Jamaican
don't smell it.
tonic
Oh,
water.
Little
Oh,
Wayne.
this is a
Don't
delightful
smell it.
label. It's got
Honestly.
an alcohol content, and then the rest of it appears kind of like
It's mystery blend.
It looks
like
a
a spice sauce.
it
Yeah,
looks-
it's
I would say
it's manufactured by the same people who do Ray Nephews.
Yeah, it's got the same colour scheme as Cobra beer.
Yeah,
It does look like it
But
should belong
It's
in
a
like.
tiny label as
It's
well.
a
They're both sides of the
tonic-
same label.
tonic.
Honestly,
They
wine.
haven't
Well, it looks like the label hasn't changed from the 60s. I
try
quite
it
like
sometime. It
This
is good.
is the best thing I've ever seen on a label. tonic wine. The name tonic wine does not imply health-giving or medicinal properties.
Oh,
I never thought it did.
They've had to write that.
Cool. Any final thoughts on China? Anything else you want to say about coronavirus?
I feel like it'll be these viruses in the news just sort of go up and then that's it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
there's a good chance it's gonna blow over, but we'll see. We'll see how it progresses. But you know, the papers love putting this fucking crazy idea in people's minds. They love scaring people, man.
It's what makes me so distrustful of stories.
It is, and like, you know, there's no one coming out there actually putting on an actual balanced opinion about this. And when you actually look at the death toll compared to the amount of cases, you know, I don't feel you need to be worried. That people are like, you know, these articles, there's one confirmed case in France. Like, it's just madness.
There's 5 confirmed cases in the US now.
Is there?
Swine flu is more infectious than coronavirus, but far less deadly. Well, that's where it was on the data chart.
Oh yeah, and the stat chart.
Oh, we've got stats now.
Yeah, we have. Yeah,
Dengue
stats.
fever, that's fucking toxic.
Doesn't kill you though.
No.
Fuck you up though.
Fuck your weekend though.
Yeah. Probably your weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the shit month.
Got stung by one mosquito. You ruined me.
Just waste my little insects.
I know.
What are you doing?
I think science needs to get together just to destroy them because they don't contribute to anything, do they?
Wasn't
They
there?
don't contribute to ecosystems at all. They're just
bees.
Wasn't there one of the applications of the gene editing software
To make them all male?
CRISPR.
Yeah,
CRISPR?
that's it.
Because there's only females that bite you.
Yeah, mate.
And
It's
ma-
something to do with mating.
Yeah, because you can make them so only males come out, and obviously they can't reproduce, and
Yeah.
males don't bite you.
Yeah, that sounds
Yeah.
good enough that I'm willing to not research it.
Yeah.
So I hate to do a drawback, but this is the clip I wanted to show you. This
Go
is
on.
American news reporting Kobe Bryant's death.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Star that was perfectly cast on the Los Angeles Lakers.
Yeah, I know.
Perfectly
There's no end in that
on
word.
the Los Angeles Lakers.
Why does it even? How can you even?
I know,
that
that is MSNBC.
MSNBC.
I remember MSNBC,
So,
Yeah.
thinking man's Fox News.
That's
Someone
crazy.
is getting sacked in the morning.
What kind of?
I mean, come on.
How like a Freudian slip to drop the M-bomb?
Yeah, but it's obviously something that's going through your goddamn mind, isn't
Yeah,
it?
innit? You don't just say
And you're. I mean, how can you just look at that situation and that word? There's no excuse for that.
Yeah.
I know. It's absolutely awful. Yeah, I can't get my head wrapped around it.
Who's guessing that girl might not be on TV for very long?
She'll be on Fox News.
won't be. She'll be on
I'm always thinking black people.
Welcome aboard.
She'll probably come out and say she's got Tourette's or something. Or sleepwalking.
You're Tourette, so you work in the news business.
Very wise.
As a presenter.
Don't you persecute her.
We're equal opportunities here at Channel 4 News.
Exactly.
Shit, cunt.
Did you say it was ABC?
MSNBC, yeah.
MSN. Remember the shit that used to come on that website?
Nudging people, yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
MSN Messenger was the one.
Yeah,
that was it. You used to have nudges and knocks and stuff.
Yeah.
They'd always
Yeah.
put something's boyfriend.
Yeah.
Heart.
And then a quote
Yeah.
with like emojis. No, they weren't even really emojis, right?
Even days with-
Yeah.
And you
that
could
word
sync your
existed.
Windows Media Player to show what you're playing. Like you're
That's a big time.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I remember that.
I knew the
That's
code for
swag,
that.
mate.
Yeah, I know.
MySpace
That's
as
all
well. You know, you go on
yeah,
there and you used to.
one song.
I used to have this thing where you could have a table full of the fuckers, and I used to put this code in like some genius hacker. I just copied and pasted off a website, put it in, and I could use like it's like an album on there of all my shit songs. And I was like, go on with MySpace.
Well, you
and
Blink
listen to it.
182.
Nah, you're not allowed, bro.
Yeah, bro, I found your old Spotify card.
4D, that's not
Yeah,
nice.
when I first told him about Spotify, I told him to get on it.
MySpace
He
is
was
different.
like, yeah, sign up to it. So I looked up Owen Dak. And I found his old Spotify card.
So all Alex
with
Jones
fucking-
podcast.
No,
This is where it
Blink
started.
182, bro.
Started at a young age.
Would you like to talk about the other topic we discussed last week, impeachment, and a bit about
The
primaries and stuff?
Senate hearing starts today, didn't it? And what did Donald Trump call it? Of the impeachment hoax.
The impeachment hoax? Yes.
Yeah.
Even though he's been impeached, so it can't be a hoax. It's happening.
No. It's still a hoax, isn't it?
Yeah,
They're laying it on.
Honestly,
Oh, it's fast, the whole thing.
Yeah.
it is a farce, and it's a meticulously planned out farce.
Yeah,
and I'm
that's what it
starting to form. Look, I said to you last week, I don't really know what I think about it. And I think the way I think is the most accurate way of looking at it. Why the Democrats are doing it now is because you have the date coming up where the nominations for primaries it expires. So all these Republicans in the Senate seats that they so desperately want, more than the presidency, because Senate lasts longer, their lifetime. Well, not a lifetime. I think it's like Oh yeah, they don't have a term limit. That's what it is. You can just keep running indefinitely if you want to. So it's not lifetime, but it can be if you want it to be. So they've got all these seats, the Republicans, and they're not going anywhere. And this is a great way of making Republicans in Democratic states act in a way that means their electorate will vote them out.
Okay.
People like Mitt Romney.
The Mormon.
Yeah, Mitt Romney the Mormon. You remember Mitt Romney?
Yeah, he had a charity boxing match against Holyfield and then decided to jump out of the ring 30 seconds into the first round.
Don't.
Pussy. Yeah, then again, I wouldn't want to box Holyfield.
I wouldn't even start. I wouldn't even be contemplating.
Why even
it.
start that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Do you want to do this? No.
No. Yeah, it doesn't make sense, does it?
No,
yeah,
no
he's
way.
a professional boxer. I'm Mormon.
Ain't it? Man, man could put Mike Tyson. Think what he can do to him. What the fuck can he do to me?
Yeah.
Shit.
So in November you have the presidential election, but you also have the Senate's election as well. It's the same election. So that means a lot of these guys, while Trump could still win the presidency, they could lose just 4 seats, and the Republicans have lost the Senate. So I mean, they've held since the second term of Obama. It was a huge
Yes,
thing.
yeah.
If anything, a lot of Republicans view that as a bigger victory than Obama ever becoming president. So you have guys like Mitt Romney, and I've got as always, I brought a couple of clips, but just what Mitt Romney said about impeachments today. So basically, John Bolton,
Yes.
warmonger Bolton, who,
mustache.
Yeah, with the great mustache. That's the one. That's
He is
the
a
one.
fucking diabolical human. He is.
So this is Mitt Romney talking about impeachment today. Well, it's a
for
brief
lack
intro.
of funding, but this is going to make it even harder.
Right.
Because apparently John Bolton's book, the publisher announced it's coming out March 17th, which is 2 days after most of the filing deadlines for primaries against these senators. They are jammed up. They're going to vote to exonerate the president. That's going to happen no matter what. The real question is, can they afford to vote for witnesses? I think let's listen to what Mitt Romney says here. Because Mitt Romney is a guy who is the only one, I think.
I remember Romney as well.
Maybe
He
Lamar
was,
Alexander because he's retiring. But,
Yeah.
Close to
He was a good candidate.
but
though.
it's
I think he could
also,
have beaten
here's the
Clinton
other
easily.
thing that's operative here.
It's increasingly apparent that it would be important to hear from John Bolton. I, of course, will make a final decision on witnesses after we've heard from not only the prosecution but also the defense. But I think at this stage it's pretty fair to say that John Bolton has a relevant testimony. I think it's increasingly likely that other Republicans will join those of us who think we should hear from John Bolton.
Now,
Yes, he says those of us as well. So like, there's people.
So
talking.
this is going to be about the president's defense, though, isn't it?
Well, if the Democrats call a witness, what are the Republicans
But
going to do?
isn't the Democrats' opportunity to pull a witness gone?
Nope, they haven't voted on that.
So they haven't actually. Oh, okay. So
These are
they
still opening discussions.
got to vote to whether. So the Senate can refuse witnesses, though, can't they? If they choose to.
You need a 2/3 majority to overturn the justice. The justice is a Republican, but much like the Speaker of the House,
Okay.
he's like an appointed
Yeah.
liberal Republican because you have to get
So
again 2/3.
what's
to
happening?
elect him.
So
I can't remember his name.
what time are we on now? So is there any impeachment things going on right now?
Well, I'm literally reading something that was posted 37 minutes ago.
Okay, yeah, go ahead,
about
man.
Bolton.
Go on.
No, I'm still reading it.
Oh,
Okay, yeah, fair enough. We'll come back to
yeah,
that.
so
Fair
read
enough.
it,
Yeah.
So
Oh, no, it's about the town.
Have you go on Google Bolton, mate, just so you can look at his stupid fucking face.
yeah, so Bolton's a warmonger.
Yes.
He's always been a staunch Republican. He's in no way trying to, get a job as a Democrat or anything. He is trying to sell a book, which comes out,
Yes.
as Sam Cedar just said,
Yes, that's it.
straight after those primary dates. So he's not releasing the book until after this big decision, but it's leaked to the New York Times.
Right.
So now we're going to get access to it before. And that's
Yes.
why people like Mitt Romney, who might have to run against a really tough race against a Democrat, they are going out and saying, oh, whoa, I'm still going to vote to save Donald Trump because I don't want to lose my Republican support, but I've got to keep these Democrats who are voting for me. So I'm going to say we're going to hear from
Right.
and they-
Okay.
from
To
Bolton.
appease them, then.
Exactly.
Right.
And these guys, there's like 6, 7, maybe more if you widen the net slightly. And they only need 4. 3 would level it. 4 takes the Senate.
Well,
If
Trump's
they get 6, that
Right.
could take 20 years to overturn. For the
Trump's
Republicans.
basically said that all of
disclose.
everything that Bolton said is bullshit.
Well, like,
That's what
Well,
it
I
said.
mean,
And Bolton said that the way that Giuliani was treated in Ukraine was similar to a hand grenade.
yes.
well, you got to. I think there's a
It's
little
no
bit of
quote.
bitterness you've got to think here as well from Bolton because he basically got fired.
Yeah.
So
And he was a big Trump guy before that.
yes, exactly. So I think there's a very big motive for him to try and tarnish him. He's obviously a scorned man, and he is no one to be fucking preaching at all. So fuck him.
I like the comparison of Giuliani and Bolton because they're both
They're both
a
evil
bit
bastards.
unhinged as well. And
Yeah, Giuliani's
the kind of
like a-
person who
He's been around, hasn't he?
Yeah, well,
Bolton's obviously,
I'm not
but
going to
yeah.
try and find it now. I'm just summarise it for you. There's there were a point they were talking about how Giuliani, you know, when he was America's mayor, I really didn't know that much about that time there. He got rid of organised crime. That was his whole big thing, and he was actually quite successful. But if you look at it more specifically, he got rid of Italian organised crime and replaced it with Russian organised crime, which is why he knows lots of Russian gangsters and why the New York organised crime district is now dominated by Russians.
So does that not
He
make
also
him the
exonerate-
most successful Italian gangster in that period of time?
Potentially.
Yeah.
Maybe he's a bit of a self-hating Italian. Like, he got rid of his own kind to replace him with Russian.
Listen, he.
Well, probably because he wasn't making any moves in the mafia.
Giuliani.
Yeah, bitter.
The rules that he put
Married his
in,
cousin as well.
he did like
he?
massive
He
stop
did.
and search in New York and like just ramped down on crime hard, which got
Yeah.
his numbers high. But the repercussions for that were devastating for the poor communities in New York.
Absolutely.
So he
Especially because the crime figures only went down because abortion was made illegal.
That's
16 years
I
before
remember
that.
we talked about
Because
that a
crime
little
went
bit.
down
That's
everywhere
very
in
very
America.
interesting. Yeah, I know, and he took a lot of credit for that, and they were ruthless. The NYPD.
They were.
So yeah.
And then 9/11 happened, and he.
Well,
was
then
like the
comes
savior.
surveillance fucking city, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah, I know.
But yeah, you know who else he pardoned a lot during that period?
Go on.
Donald Trump.
Oh, of course.
During probably the most risky business practices of his
He
career.
had to be involved with the mafia to have some of.
Was
the
that when he
dealings.
was?
There's no way they wasn't.
Polish workers and didn't pay them.
There's no way that Donald Trump
I
didn't
mean,
have.
I feel like there's probably 40 Donald Trump scandals per year, and some of them probably repeat. So I honestly don't know.
He's got
Wages
so
to
things.
pay people,
He's,
yeah.
he's got
He
paid
was scamming
people like
in the
yeah.
70s.
Yeah, I mean he's got things so tangled. Like when they're asked to his tax returns, like he probably don't even know where they are. Like the fucking
What tax returns?
the
Never returned
the
any
Fed
tax.
probably don't know where they are. They're like we don't know what he's doing with anything. Like he just sends money there. Like you don't know, and no one knows his actual wealth. He claims like billions, but no one. There's no evidence for this.
There's
Tower.
He's got a tower, yeah. I mean, fuck it. He got his own tower.
He's
He got his own plane.
He's got a name. He's
got a plane.
Yeah.
But he loves
But
putting
so is
his
John
name on
Travolta.
things.
John Travolta's got his own plane.
and his own runway.
Elected
Exactly,
president.
yeah.
Travolta, 2020.
He's going for presidency of Scientology, isn't he? He's definitely going for that.
Equally good collection of wigs.
Stranger things have happened.
Yeah.
I mean, Donald Trump's in fucking presidency at the minute.
Ronald Reagan used to be an actor.
I know.
Oh, he was
George
just...
W. Bush used to be thought of as the idiot son of the president.
He
Stranger
was...
things have happened.
They literally used to just send him to golf.
Yep.
George Bush. They just
He
used to
was less-
fuck him
he
off
was less
away,
destructive then.
and then everyone else used to make decisions.
Why do you think Trump's always at the golf?
He's
They
literally...
want him.
Oh, there was
They
a
don't want him in
fucking...
the
There was a
White
thing that I
House.
saw where basically Donald Trump's like, I'm giving up my salary, my £400,000 a year, my big money.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm giving it up.
Pretty much.
Right,
everything.
yeah.
By the way.
So yeah, he's given it up, and then he's like, but then they looked into how much money it's cost him to do his golf trips, for like the security and stuff like that. $115 million for a year.
And also, he golfs at his own
He's like,
resorts.
yeah.
So he's paying himself.
yeah. Literally, it's great. He's great.
Emoluments.
He sees that. Yeah.
Good idea. Isn't
I
it?
give him a salary. I don't. Yeah.
Give him a salary, but
I wonder where he gives it away as well. Like, I'd really be
you should
interested to
pick
see where he
one
gives it away.
It gives it away to a Trump
The
foundation.
Trump Foundation.
Yeah, literally. Yeah.
pick one random person, just one like quite poor. Just,
Bob.
Yeah, just get Gareth.
If Steve was Trump, he'd be like, "I'll give you £500,000 to eat
It's
this egg."
How many eggs can you eat?
You really don't like eggs and you won't eat them whatsoever.
One
Right.
bit per egg.
I've got loads of money. We'll see how far this goes.
I'm deadly afraid of snakes. Get in a bath of them. You can have a 500 grand.
How much would you? What's your price for sitting in a bath full of baked beans? Million.
It's a lot,
Do you do it for a mil?
probably. Yeah.
Yeah, you do it for 20,000.
I reckon he'd do it for
Yeah,
£5 grand
do that
cash.
for 500 quid at the
I reckon 500 quid cash he'd do that. The
Not
fucking
500
time.
quid.
500 quid cash,
No.
right here.
Grand.
Would you get in a bath of tuna?
What, 500 quid?
Yeah.
Yeah. He hates tuna.
I hate tuna.
He can't eat tuna.
It's the best.
I used to have
I like
used to have-
tuna steak, but
Right.
the phobia is with the mush shit and.
I used to have tuna.
I don't want to talk about it.
I used to have
Alright,
tuna
fair,
and sandwiches
fair.
every day
It's
for
horrible.
work. He'd sit next to me heaving like.
Oh, man, I love tuna.
Mate, I once bit into a fucking tuna. It was labelled wrong. It said chicken tikka, right? Bit into it, bro. I was like,
Tikka.
I just dashed it in the bin. Fucking
Send the
violently.
onions.
I was fuming.
There's no wrong with it, bro.
It's fucking minging, mate.
It's not big. It's
Fucking.
alright.
I'm protecting tunas, bro. There's not many of those bluefin fuckers around anymore, or yellowfin. All of them, they ain't around.
I like
They
big
are.
fish as well.
How all you need to do is not eat
tins
tuna
full
for
of
2
them.
years.
This tin's full
Oh,
of them,
well,
bro.
go put them back.
Really being around,
Go
is
put
it?
'em back in the
When
ocean.
somebody dies, they're not still around.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
you
they're
know,
around.
I'm just saying,
Round
we
my
eat
house.
too much tuna. It's too much tuna. Let's save the tuna.
I'm not a big fan. It's
What,
like
tuna?
£1, yeah, £1.17 for a tin.
Yeah, it's
It's a
expensive.
bit much.
Expensive.
What? It's
And
close.
It's a
only
bit
for
much.
us
This
in
comes from a
water.
tropical fucking sea, and then gets mushed up when you're complaining. It's travelled 8,000 miles to get there. £1.17. Fuck you.
Well, they are pretty fast, you know. They get it rapid.
Oh, so you have to pay for speed allowance on the.
Congestion
There's a speed tax.
Call the Thames.
Do you want to eat a marlin, mate? You should know how much fucking speed tax is on them. So,
Pre-order.
pre-order.
4 days to sit down
It's coming in my big net in about 8 weeks.
Mate, you've been to supermarkets recently. That whole place is fucked. Like, we're in England. We shouldn't be able to get bananas all year.
Bananas.
Bananas, yeah.
Kumquats knocking about. Clementines. Red Delicious. They're the one thing they can't have all year, which infuriates me.
Red Delicious.
Their favourite apple.
Get them from Spain though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't live in Spain.
Well,
Oh, they
when
come
we
over
leave
here.
the EU, we won't have this problem anymore, will we?
We'll just have
No.
a problem that we won't
We'll just
have any
have-
apples.
Black
Yeah.
currants and Uncle Ben's.
We'll have apples one time of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, get
That's
your
the way it should
peaches.
be, really.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not.
I mean,
Why can't we just
I would
go big
argue that
indoor
we-
greenhouses?
We're past that.
Yeah,
We've got
are.
technology to like, you
I'm
know,
not
let's get this
too
shit
fussed
going.
about having to wait for an avocado. Like, I don't need one every day of every year.
Some people are weird with avocados.
You seen
aren't they?
Tesco start doing extra large avocados and charging like twice the price for them when you can buy like like 2 for the same price.
Oh,
I wonder what the
honestly,
stone to avocado ratio is.
Right.
Those extra
Maybe they
large
just
No, they're
Pumped.
always in the reduced section because no fucker's buying them.
Yeah.
I feel like you get
my
mostly
autism
stone.
comes in full power.
Probably get a massive
When
stone.
I'm in a
Yeah.
supermarket. I'm pence per 100 gram everything.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's one of
It's-
my
it-
favourite things to
Numbers, isn't it?
It makes
Numbers.
choosing between like 15 different
I just
varieties
look
of
for
bacon
like
easier.
yellow
Why is it so
reduced
much bacon?
stickers.
I look for the yellow reduced stickers and
Yeah.
bang them in the
And then
freezer. Bang.
do. I've got grams of fat per 100 gram meat sauce and then pound per kilo. So like Mel there's no comprehension of what I'm
Can you
doing.
imagine shopping with him?
Imagine living
Fucking
with him.
Rain Man here.
Can we get some tuna? I'm like, no. You have no idea how wrong
She is
that
a fucking oppressed woman, isn't she? Jack, how much is... Shut up, bitch! No snacks!
Gonna get some skips? No.
No, you've had your melts.
Don't melt down.
Look, I've been feeding a large man for a long time on the cheap.
Yeah.
It's shortcuts into meat.
Oh,
He thinks he's fucking Oliver Twist, doesn't he?
Good.
Right, Moustache Bolton.
so Bolton has written a book. Now, no matter what you think of Bolton,
Not Bolton Wanderers.
Not Bolton Wanderers.
John Bolton.
No, they're done now.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're done. They're
Yeah.
in administration or some shit, aren't they?
Shithole there, innit?
Yeah.
you made me doubt his name now. Is it Andrew
No, I
Bolton?
googled it. It's John
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 Bolton.
Bolton.
John
Yeah.
Bomb Bolton.
Yes, Bomberan Bolton, who
Bomberan Bolton.
brought in by the Bomberan president.
The one that as soon as Trump got in the office, he was in his ear.
Well,
Well, he hired Bolton.
he wrote
Yeah.
Because Bolton was Bomberan or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
That's his whole
He
thing.
wrote
I don't like Iran.
They bonded. They were big mates. They talked about how they didn't like Iran. They got big traction with each other. But now that Bolton's jaded,
He's very jaded.
He is very jaded, very much.
He's an angry man.
But he's gone sort of. Well, let's say
Renegade.
The Republicans don't like losing.
No.
They don't like giving away something for free.
Yeah.
They don't even really like giving away something for quite a lot of money or quite a big cost.
Unless it does them a massive fucking favour.
Exactly. Now, if you're the Republicans trying to appeal to your voters, humiliating Joe Biden is pretty high up on that list. And bear in mind, a lot of them still believe Trump.
Yes.
So they still believe everything he says. So when you have Biden there, who's All right, these
Yeah.
polls I keep saying again, I keep talking about where Bernie's way in the lead. I have to address this first.
Yes.
These are polls in the caucuses.
Yeah.
And I've got a whole thing. I'm not there yet. Next week, explain what it is. But
Okay.
just in far as relevance to this,
Yeah.
caucuses are one type of a way of electing the nominee.
Right.
And that's where you elect people to go. You go to a meeting to elect people to go to a meeting to elect people to go to the Democratic.
It's like a
convention.
knockout stage.
Yes.
Right.
You're picking somebody else who's going to pick for you in the next round.
Right.
A
Why
lot
do
of
they have
these-
to make things like that? Why?
They didn't even have these until I think it was 69 or 79, and they had this guy who was just, everyone hated him, and the Democrats just picked him anyway.
Do you not think
and
that
they were
they
like,
set it
no,
up?
we need to vote on this, and they had a riot.
It's like set up to make it almost non-democratic, though, isn't it?
Absolutely.
So completely. So and
The
even
greatest democracy in the world didn't let you pick your own leaders until the 70s.
yeah.
Mental. So the early ones are all the caucuses because they have to vote share to pick the delegates, and then the delegates. No, they have to vote share for the meetings to pick the delegates, whereas the other ones just pick the delegates, and the person with the most delegates wins.
Okay.
Super delegates are people like Hillary Clinton is a super delegate.
Of course, they've got that name.
Bill Clinton is a super
I'm
delegate.
super delegate. High
Both of
five.
the Bushes
push
are
up.
super delegates for the Republican Party. So both parties have it. They're just like kind of like the House of Lords and stuff.
Yeah.
So that does factor in very close races, but overall, it's just an antiquated and stupid system. So all these votes, Biden will do better later on.
Yeah.
But he needs to be thrashed by Bernie now.
Right.
So
Okay.
this is where Bolton comes into play.
And so on and so on.
So,
So
like, how is he supposed to beat Donald Trump when he can't even beat this crazy socialist from Vermont?
well, it's also I think that's the idea, or anybody. Never mind the crazy socialists. He can't get ahead of Warren. He can't get ahead of Buttigieg. I mean, I think that's the whole point. That's why fourth, as opposed to second, is so key. But what also I think is hurting him is, one, I think it looked weak for him to say that he wasn't going to testify, because people remember that Hillary Clinton was able to go in front of that Benghazi committee for 11 hours and basically, hand it to Trey Gowdy.
But she was not running at that point yet.
Well, she wasn't running, but I mean, it was an expectation that you would have of someone that, like, if they are completely being maligned, that they can go up and defend themselves.
Hey, for 12 hours, for however many hours, the man can't get off script.
Well, Biden could do it. He could come in and say, like, I'll testify, but we're limiting it to 2 hours.
But there's going to be a million issues that pop
Yeah.
up. Aside from the fact that his son he gets defensive around the subject. He snapped at reporters. He snapped at voters.
Quid pro quo.
Why?
No, but
He's
I was
admitted
just
it
gonna say, like,
on film.
why?
Mate, yeah. He has no capability to handing up to any scrutiny, does he? Biden's just a mess of a man.
The more of a spotlight shined on him,
Oh, he just gets more vulnerable. Yeah, his
Exactly.
cracks are just becoming more and more apparent.
all of this benefits Bernie.
Any more on Bella Bolton?
So that's where Bolton comes into play, because if you
Right.
bring Bolton in as a witness, the Republicans will probably ask for a witness as well. So all this will get decided when they decide to have the first vote. It's up to Mitch McConnell.
So you think the Republicans will use
So you have,
Bolton against Biden?
well, they'll have to call Bolton, hypothetically, if this
Right.
happens, if your senators in Democratic seats like Utah,
Yeah.
where Romney is, if they, only 4 of them is needed, it's 50% for this, not what the usual rule of 60-40, they go over to the Democratic side and say, not that Trump should be removed from office, just that there should be witnesses. Then there will be talks about who the witnesses should be. It's then a week longer. Then there'll be votes on that. Then the witnesses will come forward.
This is what I'm saying. Look
And
how
there'll
long
be
this
deals
process
made.
is, and then look.
They want to draw it out. That's
and
the point.
they're trying to, and this comes into the whole idea of what I've been saying about
Because the
preventing
one
Bernie
person
campaign.
who's guiltless in this, this is what the way I'm looking at it now, is Bernie.
Exactly, and they're trying everything. This is a tactic to try and stop the guy, and it's actually quite easy to see, and they don't give a fuck that it's obvious because
I think Bernie could benefit massively.
I hope
from all of
so.
this.
I hope so. We'll see. I mean, because I know people are campaigning on his behalf there. You know,
Exactly.
for the Michael
AOC
Moore.
might be a more effective campaigner for Bernie than Bernie.
Yeah, that's what I'm
They're
saying.
showing
Yeah,
in the
literally.
polls.
Yeah, because she's
She's dynamite on
so-
camera, and she attracts bad publicity as well, which means she attracts the media, which means she gets covered as much as these crazy Republicans.
So yeah.
Bad publicity is good publicity.
It is. It is in a primary race because you're supposed to be seen as a fighter. And he's old.
Yeah.
AOC out there.
Yeah, exactly.
She
yeah.
could end up being VP.
Oh, mate, I was
If
going
she wins this election for him, this primary,
She deserves it. Get
I
her on
think
there.
she does, man.
Could change a lot of things.
She was supporting what you said the other day.
Yeah.
I think I put it in the last episode where you said that there is no. Yeah, definitely, it's definitely in there. There is no left-wing party in America.
No, there isn't.
Day later, AOC. There's no left-wing party in America. But word for word says what he says.
Called her up.
And I also called him my favourite politician as well. So points, AOC points.
AOC points.
Yeah, I don't want to dwell on it too much. We still don't know
No,
what's
I think
going on this week.
reckon let's leave the impeachment until we know more.
Exactly.
And then come back on it.
I want to talk about caucuses and primaries when I know more.
It's still like halfway through the hearing now.
Well, it's the preliminary stages still.
We don't know how long it's going to be until this vote happens. This vote is going to add at least a week. I don't know how long, but the Clinton impeachment went on for I think 3 weeks, maybe longer.
Okay, similar to the coronavirus. Then we'll keep an eye on it.
Yeah, exactly.
Keep an eye on it. See how it goes.
See
which one kills more.
Yeah.
We'll find out. I did see an American plane got gunned down. in Afghanistan.
It's a military plane,
surveillance plane.
in Afghanistan,
Which
wasn't
they
it?
fly
in Taliban
fucking
area.
high.
Yeah, it was military plane in Afghanistan. It's been taken down. They haven't really confirmed anything about it
Well,
yet. the
I'm pretty
Americans.
sure that the Taliban.
But I've seen footage from Afghanistanis who put it up on Twitter, and there was no survivors.
Right.
Yeah, and
So American lives are lost. But what I'm saying is,
Has anyone said anything about it?
well, the thing is, it could be
clinging onto any excuse for
the
they
Americans
know.
haven't.
They're leaving it for 24 hours. Apparently, they're keeping it quiet. So
you think this is one of those
either
things
that
that
means
not told?
either that means they're in the back there, literally arming a nuke, or like. But the thing is, it's the Taliban don't have the ability to knock down a fucking surveillance plane. That shit's like 60,000 feet in the air. There's no way. So
I reckon that paper's like flying around the White House, and so there's just those guys, Pompeo and Mulvaney. They're just trying to keep it out of Trump's hands.
maybe,
He's
yeah.
about to read
Maybe just keep him away from the news.
This one that was gunned down was a passenger plane, but it was military.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, if there's any missile equipment out there that's really good at downing passenger planes at the minute, it's definitely Russian and maybe Iranian.
Well, Iranians buy Russians.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, listen, if it, I wouldn't even put it past America blowing down their own fucking plane to start a war.
Well,
they've done it before.
Yeah.
And
So let's be honest. Let's fucking. You can't. No one knows anything.
we'll keep an eye on that as well. We'll keep an eye.
We'll keep an eye on that.
America.
Yeah.
America, we'll keep an eye on.
I suggest everyone does the same. They can't be trusted.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
this is why I feel we need to remind you of what's happening because this election could change a lot of things potentially.
I mean, look at what they did to
We'll
us
see.
as
I
well.
think
Bernie
Sanders will be
founded
assassinated,
America. They
potentially.
fucked us over.
Yeah,
It's outrageous,
possibly.
but shit, if he gets in, they won't let him in.
Oh well,
They won't let him
There's
in.
a potential of a revolution either way, I think, and I think that's always something that needs.
There's
to be
also
kept
the
in mind.
backlash of
It is
Trump
an
fans.
age. This is the age of revolution. Like, look at what's happening in Hong Kong and France. I know we keep bringing it up, but it's still going on.
We need one here.
So we all went to see Royal Rumble last night.
Apart from Jack.
By me.
Do you want to do what you've been watching first?
Can do. Don't mind.
Go on.
I watched the entirety of The Witcher on Netflix.
Yeah, it's shit in it.
You know what? The problem with it.
Come on,
is
be it.
All right. Apologies.
Basically, the timeline in it is fucked. So at the start, I think they didn't. You know, when you watch a film, it'll cut to say like 3 days earlier, 3
Right.
weeks earlier. To keep you go, that's in the past.
Yeah.
They don't fucking bother with none of that.
Just gotta get some usage.
They don't tell you. I
Yeah.
watched like 6 episodes in. They don't tell you at all. And then Tom comes in the first episode and he's like, "Oh, the timeline's all messed up." And I went, "What? The timeline's messed up?" And then he spent half an hour explaining it. And honestly, I don't know how I would have figured out what was going on otherwise.
Really?
It's so disjointing. Like you see.
I'm so glad you persist with it. I
considering,
watched the first episode, I went, I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah.
I'm not watching any more of this.
I watch a lot of TV high, and that is not what I need.
No.
I need it put out to me simply.
What do you think of the characters? Because I think it's a very character-driven show.
Well, I quite like it. I got to the end of it, and then I started playing the video game, which I bought about 4 or 5 years ago. Never played it.
So it's linked to
Is
that,
it based on a
Yeah.
book that's based on a game, or based on a game that's based on a book?
Book or graphic novels were made, and the game was made about the same time.
Like Pokemon.
A bit like that, yeah. And then they've just, I don't know, I think Netflix is just going, what can we make?
Yeah, there's a hole here. There's no Game of Thrones anymore. We need something. Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. How Game of Thrones do you think it is? I don't think it's that.
No, it's just got
It's
swords
themes,
in it. Same
yeah.
sort of thing.
There's
I
no
think it's
guns
more
in
like
it.
Firefly.
No guns.
It's very like travelling adventure show.
Yeah.
Travelling
It's
is
like
it?
Mandalorian. It's
Yeah,
like, it's like
okay.
that kind of thing.
I liked it for a couple.
Adventure.
Henry Cavill was in it, and he was hench. so it's fair.
He's the best thing in it. I can't stand.
I can't believe you're
the
saying.
other-
I can't
the
believe
other side
you
of it.
two are sat across from me saying Henry Cavill is the best thing in something. Because he's been
fantastic.
shit in everything.
He loves this character now. He loves the games, loves the book.
He was poor in Man from U.N.C.L.E. He was poor as Superman.
He's great in
He
this.
was good in
Great
Superman.
in this. But he's playing
He was not a good Superman.
He's playing an Arnie role in this.
Okay.
He's
Oh, no, from what I saw, it seems
stone
like
face,
it. Yeah.
straight man.
Yeah, because my complaint with him is he always seems really wooden.
Yeah.
And someone went, "Oh, I know it plays to that."
Which is funny because when you see him in interviews, he's very charismatic.
He's good in it because his
I think he's
chin,
been miscast.
his chin acts for him. When you just see his chin the whole time, it sort of distracts from the rest of him.
He's all the chin.
Very,
all about
very
chin.
Peter Serafinowicz in the tick.
Bummiest chin I've ever seen in my life.
I've not noticed this. I feel like I'm
Have a
only
look
going
at
to be
his
able
chin.
to see that next time I look at him.
Yeah, it's insane. But because the timeline's fucked up, you're watching it going, you're just so disjointed. There's magic going on. You're trying to learn the whole lore of it.
Well, the
And
problem is that
it's been remade for 7 series.
they commissioned it for 7 series.
Commissioned, and they've got Cavill the whole way through.
Really?
For 7 fucking.
What?
No one else is hiring him. That's why.
Seven, yeah, because this man's got 7 series fucking deal. He's just gonna chill. He don't have to do it, and just walks around with his chin.
Netflix and chill.
Netflix and chin.
What did you think of? Because like the Cavill stuff's great.
Yeah,
It's really. Is it Henry
rest of
Cavill
it-
or Henry Cavill?
Oh, would you recommend I even watch
He's
it?
Welsh,
Oh,
like,
no, I'm not
Cavill.
gonna
Is
do
it Cavill? Is it Cavill or Cavill?
He's not French.
He's not going to.
Henry Cavill. Henry Cavill.
His stuff's really good. I don't know how I feel about the dancing, singing guy, but the other
He's
story
alright, actually. Yeah.
is like. I don't like any of the cast.
witch
Can't
woman.
stand the slightly camp black guy. I can't stand the disabled girl. This sounds like I'm really mean. I can't stand
All the minorities,
Any
yeah.
of the other, any of the other
Typical
witches.
Irish.
Like any of the other like witches.
There's no-
They're all boring, shallow characters with one character trait, and the storyline they go through is so like dramatic that it just I don't know. I love the Cavill stuff.
How's this been commissioned for 7 series?
Because nerds fucking love it. Tom has
Really?
watched it
It's got
15
all the
times.
lore. It's got all the lore
Yeah, it's
and the
got every-
fans.
But the timeline's all
built in.
fucked
They,
up.
they
Right?
use
right into
words,
the
They don't
rest.
care.
Yeah, they use words like Nilfgaard and that. Oh, I know Nilfgaard from the books.
Exactly.
That's made me definitely not want to watch it.
Netflix and
I ain't
Amazon
watching
and
it.
all these companies, they want fan bases that
Yeah.
already exist.
Because they just touch.
Because then they can just make anything of any quality and people will watch it.
Yeah.
And they can put loads of money into it and make it really good. And even more people, non-fans,
And
will watch
nerds
it.
buy shit as well. They buy fucking like DVDs,
Swords.
Yeah,
fucking
merch,
Swords,
yeah.
Swords,
They probably
fucking
sell
swords.
fucking swords and
Yeah,
shit,
yeah.
and like fucking Henry Cavill wigs and little things.
I think
Chins.
It's gonna be- it's like- it's like Logan. It's like
put
Logan
a little
something.
chin on, put a little wig on. You can
Ain't
run
it?
around pretending you're Cavill, and other people don't fucking buy shit. Like if films, no one watches them anymore apart from kids. That's why fucking Jungle Book.
Yeah, it's a
remake-
franchise to get in, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
All the
Franchise 'em.
films nowadays are appealing to.
And
teens.
you know how many spin-off fucking movies can they make of it as well?
If
Netflix,
it
isn't
gets
it? Got their own
good
show. You can just
Yeah.
bang off an hour and a half movie.
Unlimited money.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They need people to, like we've said before, would you get Disney Plus for The Mandalorian? Or for whatever Marvel thing they're going to release?
Yeah.
They don't need you to want to watch the shit Disney shows. Same with Netflix. If you want to watch The Witcher, you get Netflix. That's all they need. So they
Exactly.
want these people who like...
1 in 3 people get.
It's like fucking Prime, innit, with their Top Gear thing or whatever.
Exactly, Top Gear. Everyone's
That's where
got
the
their
money's at.
show. And the whole point is, and this is how television started with all the networks in America when they first like the
HBO and
all
shit.
these different companies from across the states.
Well, HBO have their
They all
own
have their own
specials, don't
show.
they? It's like HBO Monday night or whatever the fuck it's called.
Exactly.
Have
Yeah.
you ever watched TV recently? It's a fucking.
No,
car
yeah,
crash.
it's horrible, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Mate, I don't. It's
I've-
shocking.
ITV
Oh,
dominate,
long
don't they?
time.
And
Oh my
when you're
God.
flicking through it, there's a fucking 95% chance that you can land on an advert. So it's bullshit.
Getting sold fucking
The
double
adverts are getting longer as well.
Yeah, they
are.
Swear
Yeah,
down, they're getting
they
longer,
are.
man.
It's like cable shows when you're younger. You used to watch it on cable, and it's or like fucking like.
Cable.
If there's that many,
I remember cable, yeah, NTL, yeah,
If
yeah.
there's that many adverts on
NTL.
TV,
NTL.
if there's that many adverts on, no, it's Diamond Cable before.
That was the other
it was
one,
Diamond
yeah.
Cable for NTL. Anyway,
Diamond Cable.
If we got
Sponsor Newcastle United. Though.
yeah, and now it's Virgin. So if we, if we're going this way with adverts, why are we still paying for a fucking TV license?
I know. It's
Boris
BBC.
Johnson would argue the same point.
Well, he wants to decriminalise it. That's the only good thing he's ever said.
Do you know what my hot take on that is? Why he wants to get rid of the BBC, even though it's a great propaganda machine.
Because they've scorned him.
Because he wants to build a better one.
But
He
better
wants to
propaganda
build,
machine,
He wants to
yeah.
build a better propaganda machine.
Yeah.
He has said he would replace the BBC News division with a new government-approved news.
What does BBC stand for?
British
Broadcasting
Broadcasting Corporation.
So what's he going to change it to?
Bang.
Boris Broadcasting.
The news with Bojo.
Flippity, flippity, flippity.
Bojo Horseman.
Today we play with
Bojo Newsman.
Today we play with one.
Bojo Horseman.
Bojo Horseman.
That'd be wicked. Dominic Cummings
Honestly,
playing a
it's
sneaky little.
I would watch that though.
Yeah.
Boris
Bojo
Johnson
Horseman.
in the
Would you watch
Bojack
it
Horseman
on
show.
telly?
Well, the last series that
Or
coming
would you
out
just
next
watch
week.
it when you want to watch it? This is the thing I don't get. Why is telly still on?
I know, it's an old-fashioned thing. It's going to die out
I don't
soon.
want to be told what.
Especially
I get to
like-
watch when I want to watch it.
Because all people want to
ITV
watch
and-
only Falls and Horses and Quest or Gold or
Oh,
whatever
yeah.
it
Dum,
is.
dum,
Yeah.
dum,
And then you
dum,
do that
dum,
on
dum,
their
dum.
fucking
Yeah, but as
TV
soon
or-
they won't.
Have your
yeah.
parents all adapted to smart television and
Yeah,
streaming
no,
services?
no.
They do it in a weird way. My dad records everything.
Yeah, my mum does that.
Records
Yeah.
everything.
So partially.
Yeah.
He'll get in
When-
and go, oh, these great films on.
Our
On
grandparents die out, and
Then you have to fast forward through
not
the
to be
adverts.
morbid,
Exactly.
it's not
That's
gonna
what I'm
be
saying.
long,
With that
but
age-
we will see a
Yeah.
lot of shit change.
It's true. TV will be completely different in 20 years,
The
10
two
years.
generations below that.
It needs to change, doesn't
Well,
it?
it's probably like eight.
It's gonna die.
Look what happened with the football and Amazon
the
Prime. doesn't it?
generation below us aren't even watching TV; they're watching
Yeah.
YouTube.
How many times are we saying about
Yeah,
Amazon
yeah,
Prime
yeah,
and the
yeah.
football?
We're
Saying how
already
better it
going
is.
Exactly,
towards
yeah.
something else.
Yeah,
Streaming services to do sport.
Yeah.
It's the way forward.
Amazon gets fucking.
And you
Premier
can
League,
watch all
yeah.
the games at the same time. You're not subject to fucking British TV license rules.
You
or
are
whatever the heck.
subjected to Robbie Savage though, which is
I don't think there's
downside.
any steps we could ever take to not mean that we were subjected to Robbie Savage.
Yeah,
He'll
no.
always be there.
I was on a stag do in Birmingham,
Lurking,
and he
yeah.
was there in some charity thing.
You're
We
joking.
were giving him shit.
You were at a fucking stag do in Birmingham.
Yeah.
Robbie Savage is there.
Yeah, well, he was in this like thingy playing like football with kids, so
Subbuteo.
we couldn't go too hard.
Was he antagonising him?
We were antagonising him. We were antagonising him. One of the guys, the stag went for a shit, and then as he was filming him, the security guard walked in, and he was like, "What are you doing?" And he was like, "Oh, I'm filming my mate having a shit." Kicked him out. Kicked him right out. And then we saw Robbie Savage. He was like, "Robbie Savage, he's a wanker, he's a wanker," and he was like playing with all these kids. This was about half 2 in the afternoon. We were all pissed. I don't regret it one bit.
It's not about being pissed in a day that's just beautiful.
Absolutely.
Especially when you see Robbie Savage.
God, yeah.
What have you been watching, boys?
Royal Rumble last night, wasn't it? Yeah, my first full WWE pay-per-view.
But yeah, I mean, we missed the pre-show, I think.
We missed
we
the
saw everything else.
pre-show, but all we missed was like Sheamus and that one.
Shorty G.
Sheamus.
Shorty G. Scott Gable, who was an Olympic athlete, who they renamed Shorty G and made him tan himself. He lost to Sheamus.
I enjoyed it. One thing
Sheamus
that-
deserved to win.
One thing that I always take from WWE events, and I always enjoy it, I always enjoy the cinematography because they're able to hit the sweet spots really easily. Now, I don't know if anyone knows this.
Years and years of.
But like when you're shooting camera shots or you're taking video, there's certain sweet spots on the camera, and that's usually about 3/4 of the way in from each corner. And one thing that I really enjoyed, especially in the first match last night, was when they were fighting in the crowd.
Yeah.
The person who was on the floor, he'd be shot bottom right, and the other person would be stood up top left, and that would be the sweet spot there.
Yeah.
Which would just give it like the menacing overtone that he was just like kind of leaning over him and attacking him, and like
They choose which ones to show you,
makes
don't
it
they?
much more aggressive. Makes
Honestly,
it, yeah,
I
There's people
don't-
live editing it, isn't there, as it's going out? You
Yeah,
know, change-
absolutely.
because whilst we're watching it, I was like, look at where they're positioned on the camera.
So there's a guy called Kevin Dunn. He would be doing that, what you just said, the live direction,
Yeah,
I guess.
yeah.
'Cause,
But I guarantee you, when they're planning out the fight and whatnot, the cinematographer is involved in some way, just to try and coach him into the right positions to be in, so they can shoot
Definitely.
it properly.
Well, they
There's a lot-
have-
They must
they
have got
have-
like practice and they must be
Right,
practicing along
They
with
have an
it, you know.
intermediary.
This whole event.
There's a guy called a road agent. So a road agent's usually a retired wrestler that works for the company.
He knows what to
Directly
look out for. Dean
Kevin Dunn,
Malenko.
Vince McMahon. Dean Malenko is one. Mr. Ass is one.
Stevie hates Blackman.
fucking-
He's one.
Yeah, all these guys, they're all...
What?
Is that his name?
What?
No.
Oh,
His
right.
name's Steve Blackman.
What is that bomb?
I thought you were just surprised that he was a road agent
No,
because
I
he was a
thought
bounty
that was
hunter
his,
for a while.
like-
He had
Middle
kendo
name
sticks,
or
that's all I know. He used to fuck people up with kendo sticks. You want to watch those
fucking
fights, they're funny.
Right, he fought Ken Shamrock at one point, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, so these guys, they like talk to the wrestlers and they kind of like plan out the match with these television style thoughts in mind, and they'll relay what the higher ups think. But Kevin Dunn hates wrestling. He hates wrestlers, and he will in no way ever interact with them. He just edits it.
There would probably
directs
be
it as
a slight delay as well, do you think?
I would imagine there's a small delay.
Yeah, just to make sure
But yeah, I'm very impressed with the cinematography, as I've been every time I watched a wrestling event. And
a lot of writers have said the same thing.
And you know what?
Wrestling writers.
That's that's probably
about that match as well.
It's probably my favourite thing about.
I
wrestling.
enjoyed that match way more watching it with you because you talked about these kind of things, and then I noticed it more and more. And a lot of people said that because it was in the baseball stadium, not the Astrodome. They used to be in the Astrodome. They had more fans. But because it was in the baseball stadium, they had a lot more space to work with that they don't usually have.
Definitely on a ground
Yeah, they did,
level.
especially because they could go out.
That's probably why they decided to do the crowd match first. You know, when they like chucked them into the crowd, like follow them around, etc.
Women's Rumble was won by Charlotte.
Yeah.
Charlotte Flair, Rick's daughter.
That one looks like a cat.
Woo, exactly.
The
It is
cat.
the one that looks like a cat. Yeah.
She's laying some chops on people, weren't she?
I thought it was a good match, but kind of boring with her.
It dragged a bit.
Charlotte Becky Lynch was last year.
Oh, man, Lynch the man.
Lynch the man, yeah.
Yeah, Becky Lynch the man. And before we went out and watched the Royal Rumble, we watched Becky Lynch's first show.
Oh,
where she came dressed as a fucking leprechaun.
And did a little jig.
Yeah.
Irish music.
So cringe.
And men's Rumble was won by Drew McIntyre from Scotland.
I thought it was Seth Rollins, but Seth Rollins came in at the end. But so did Samoa Joe and his mate. I can't remember what he's called.
I mean, I'm saying it's Drew McIntyre. Maybe I'm wrong because I didn't watch it live. I was just watching because I went to bed because I was knackered.
I was the only person, the least non-wrestling fan here, and I stayed up through it all.
Wrestling.
I was fucking knocking back double vodka Red Bulls like a menace.
Very impressive. See,
it was not impressive.
It was. Well, I mean, I want to make you feel like you made the right decision.
No. The next pay-per-view I'm staying up all the way through is going to be Wilder
WrestleMania!
No, it's going to be Wilder versus Fury like a normal person.
Normal person, none of you freaks.
Yeah. Not watching these
Drew McIntyre
cunts. Yeah.
He eliminated Brock as well.
He did.
Both mine and your pick was eliminated by Seth Rollins. Joe and Kevin Owens. Went out to Rollins.
Yeah. Kevin Owens is Samoa Joe's mate, isn't he?
Yeah, well, they grew up in the Indies together. They would have been in the Indies with CM Punk and Daniel Bryan, that guy with the short hair that we watched as well. They're all like the indie wrestling darlings. I thought it was a good show.
It was good. Yeah, I didn't.
Best they put on in a while.
Didn't not enjoy it.
Yeah.
It was much more entertaining than last year's Rumble that I watched most of.
Yeah. Your mates are cool as well. They know more about wrestling than me, which was interesting, and I like learning shit.
They fucking love it.
Because I don't watch any NXT, and they were like, yeah, this person's this person's that, which is great.
Yeah. They absolutely love it. And I mean, there's a certain level of nerdy-ish. And don't get me wrong, with some things I am like that, but not with wrestling.
Yeah.
Well,
I wouldn't say nerdy because I don't think anything wrong with wrestling, but they know stuff I don't know.
Yeah.
And yeah. So, anyone want to plug anything? Anyone want to talk about anything we should be keeping an eye out for?
Watch the second season of Sex Education.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
Yeah, it doesn't really move on from the first season.
I've not seen either.
It's a bit.
It's very easy to watch.
Okay.
It's nice to look at. That's about it, really.
That sounds like the Women's Royal Rumble.
Oh, and the lead bird in it looks exactly the same as Margot Robbie.
She does.
She does. Yeah.
There's an infantile, air of. Have you watched Skins?
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah, I figured it was just that.
There's an element where it's like. We know best because we're smart kids and all adults are retards.
We're going to be the golden generation. We're different.
Yeah.
We're destined to change everything.
I know what masturbation is. I read it in a book. That kind of shit.
Yeah, so I saw the Netflix autoplay trailer and I think that's
it's
exactly
not bad.
what I got.
It's not bad, but it's that stuff
Sometimes
really,
you watch stuff.
That stuff really pisses me off. Like,
What was the thing you came up with last week? Did you have a good time?
Yeah.
I had a good time.
There you go.
Did you have a good time?
I watched the second season today whilst I was in bed.
Oh, did you?
Nice.
Yeah.
I want to watch that Aaron Hernandez thing. What's the name?
I started watching that.
I fell asleep, mate. I need to start again because it was on the second episode. I've gone. So I need to. You know when you can watch a fucking episode and then when you go sleep and that episode that you've watched you don't remember it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's fucking yeah. So
I was shocked to learn that he wasn't being tried for being a member of the New England Patriots. I assume that
they fucked him up. That was them.
Yeah.
Belichick got in his head.
Yes, let the hate course through.
Right, shall we wrap this one up?
Yeah. So where can people find us? Where can we find ourselves?
We can find ourselves on Spotify. Maybe Apple Podcasts, because I haven't checked it out recently.
Oh, possibly.
Doubtful.
Cool. I've had any emails saying that we're not on, so we might be on. I don't know.
Ultra Vista.
Ultra Vista.
Yeah, that.
Vista.
And, you know, every good podcasting community.
Yeah.
We're going to work on maybe setting up a YouTube channel. So if by the time I have edited this, I've done something on that, I might leave this bit in. If not, I'll probably just cut it and do it again next time.
Fantastic.
Bye then.
No, I've never smoked marijuana.